Web3.tv.
What's up, DGens and crypto enthusiasts? Welcome back to another interview at the Solana Breakpoint Abu Dhabi 2025. I'm Adele, the host. Today we have Scott from FluxBeam. I almost messed that up. I've never said that before. Scott, how are you doing?
Good, thanks. Good. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. Before we get into it, I love the name FluxBeam. Could you just give us a quick highlight? How did you come up with this name?
So we were trying to launch our DEX 4 or 5 years ago, and we wanted something that kind of incorporated what we want to do long term. So Flux and our logo basically contains like a load of lines going through a main X. So our whole idea is, as we kind of grow the ecosystem or the Flux ecosystem, everything kind of plugs into that. And then we had a little bit of AI help to come up with a decent name.
Thank you for the honesty. Yeah. I was thinking Flux Pavilion, you know, if you know the deal.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
But anyway, let's get straight into it. So you've got a booth in this event.
Yep.
Tell us a bit about what you're building exactly.
Yeah, so we've got a fair few products this year. Because we built here for 5 years, we've got kind of an ever-growing product set. The first one is our FluxBeam DEX, which is the Token 22 flagship DEX that we use to kind of push everyone to use that protocol 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
On top of that, we then built a Telegram trading bot called FluxBot, which won the Solana Global Hackathon a couple of years ago. And then we built RugCheck, which is the kind of token checking tool. And so APIs integrated into pretty much every product on Solana now. So hopefully removes the scammers and a lot of these ruggers. And we've had some kind of main releases on that. So the main ones we're doing this year is RugCheck and then Flux RPC, which is our brand new product. Running all these DApps over the past 5 years, we've seen so many issues on that side. And we wanted to go, look, we know where Solana's going. As TPS goes up, this theoretical million TPS, we're going to run into a lot of issues along the way on that layer. So we spent the past year focusing on that, and basically we've rebuilt it from the ground up so that people get better reliability, lower latency, high performance, and lower cost. And then it also allows us to scale way past the current limits of the traditional kind of setup.
Let's talk a bit about why you've sponsored a booth here, because before this, we talked about you being very selective about where you sponsor. So why did you decide to sponsor at this particular event?
Yeah, so we've been to Breakpoint, I think the past 4 or 5 Breakpoints. Every year, it's been a fantastic event. We've met so many great people, and then this year, we really wanted to kind of get more involved in that. We've done a load of other conferences before, and we just felt that it doesn't have the same vibe as Solana Breakpoint does. This is really a kind of completely different conference.
Right.
Like, it's a lot more friendly, it's a lot more collaborative. All the devs and stuff come here, whereas it's like Token 2049, stuff like this. You're all packed into a little room, and it's just BD after BD after BD, whereas here it feels like a lot more organic.
I see. So I was going to compare it to Token 2049. You also get a big number of people there, as you do here. You know, Etihad Arena, huge venue. Yeah. But what differentiates this from that? Is it the quality of the people? Is it the way the booths are set up, or how they're placed? How does it work?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of all of it. I mean, people are fantastic. I think that's the main one. And the setup and the organization from Solana around how all of this goes, the talks, like, it's just set up so well. And if you're a Solana maxi, it's the perfect place to go. Everywhere else, they kind of mix and match between loads of different kind of projects. Whereas being purely Solana, you get pure Solana teams, you get the best.
But also, let's not ignore the fact that you're building on Solana, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, going forward, what does success look like to you? Where do you want to see FluxBeam? What's your definition of I'm done with FluxBeam, if ever?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll ever be done, but our current main mission is to provide end-to-end vertical integration. So everything from the validator all the way up to the DApp, we want to have that fully encompassed in the Flux ecosystem, because we can leverage all the benefits all the way up. And then our aim basically is to get rid of scammers from RugCheck, and then ensure we can get to 1 million TPS and that everything kind of scales on the Solana side.
What happens when you get to 2 million TPS, or 3 million TPS?
Oh, there's going to be more problems to solve. So I think.
What needs to happen to be able to solve this?
Yeah, so there's been a few key issues over the past couple of years around that layer. It's stood up very well. I mean, Solana's 2 years of uptime now. So the validator layer has been solved. There's some incredible talent on that side, but this read layer has kind of been a thorn in their side and hasn't really been looked at too much. I mean, we've got the kind of incumbents, but there's not really been too much kind of in the ways of pushing that forward to support this. So for us, it was really around kind of taking our Web2 experience from all of our developers and then moving Solana towards that. So that, because I mean, we've upskilled probably 20 developers now from Web2, and the common themes around all of that is like, why are you guys doing it like this? Why is the RPC built like this? because in Web 2, you kind of have your local database right next to your D app, and you get zero latency, whereas on Solana, we're going over the network every single time, or you're having to build really complex indexing pipelines. So we wanted to tackle that and just basically enable more users to come in, and especially the dev side, to allow them to come in and not have to chew a load of glass to get through and build their own product.
I see. When it comes to the TPS issue, you want to hit 1 million TPS without issues. You want to be able to provide literally 1 million transactions per second using your network.
No, so not using our network. We want Solana, obviously the validator layer, the Onza guys and stuff are doing a great job at that layer for enabling that. I think they've seen synthetic benchmarks. Last year we saw the Fire Dancer demo do a huge amount of TPS. But on the read layer of like the devs trying to get that data in time, it's a 33,000% increase from what we're doing now.
It doesn't depend on the block size.
Yes.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's just really a dick measuring contest. Like whose blocks is bigger than mine? Whose block is bigger than yours?
Yeah.
Isn't it just a case of increasing the block size?
I wish it was that simple. Because you can increase block size, but that comes with whether you go larger blocks and slower or smaller blocks and faster. So faster blocks means you're getting a lot quicker, and your UX is improved. So we're at 400 milliseconds. If we can get that down to 200 milliseconds or even 100 or even lower, that's where kind of the UX of what you see from your kind of Web 2 apps really starts to come into play. And that's when I think we're going to see a lot more kind of the GameFi side, but then also enable a lot more use cases. Because 400 milliseconds, while it's good, is still a bit slow. It still feels like not quite to the point. So I think as TPS goes up, they'll probably reduce block or increase block sizes along with reducing block time.
Okay. Controversial question before we wrap up. Let's say you do all this work and you increase the block size while not compromising, time, scalability, and things like this. What do you make of quantum computing being able to decrypt blockchain?
I think it's a bit of a meme at the moment. Like at some point it will happen.
Yeah, it will happen.
I think we're maybe 10 years away from that. And as we've seen from the dev side, we can already put quantum resistant algorithms in. So it's just a flick of a switch.
It would be a shame to put all this work in only to find out, it's worthless.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if you've got that kind of quantum computing power, you're probably going over something a little bit bigger than the Solana blockchain. So I think we're safe for a bit. And from the fundamental levels, it is just a kind of drop-in replacement for a new quantum-resistant algorithm that they could use. Obviously, there's going to be issues jumping to that, but I don't think it's going to be the biggest issue, to be honest. I think
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Just before we wrap up, for those watching, if they're interested to get in touch with you, where can they find you?
Yep. So we're on Twitter under FluxBeam or Cloak Dev, and then we've also got a booth in level 1. So come check us out there if you're here live. But usually on Twitter or on our websites at fluxrpc.com or fluxbeam.xyz.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, Scott.
Brilliant. Thanks, Marek.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. That is a wrap. Hope you found this insightful. We'll leave all the links in the description so you can check out Scott's profile as well as FluxBeam. Thank you again. I'm Adele, the host, and I will see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.